to your community. This is Chris 6 News in your neighborhood.
Well, hey there, Coastal Bend. Water levels are still rising along the Nueces River. These are some of the communities that are likely to be impacted over the next 5 days here. I'll have all the details on the Nueces River coming up next.
As the Nueces River continues to rise, residents of Three Rivers are making preparations. Coming up, I'll have what they're doing to prepare.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday and welcome to Chris 6 Sunrise. Thank you so much for starting your day with us. I'm Michelle Hoffman. Brian Hoffman is off. Meteorologist Stephen Jones is off too, but we have meteorologist Chris Malave in with us for a look at our forecast.
Happy Thursday, Coastal Bend. We are just one day closer to Friday and a little bit closer to the weekend, but here are your weather headlines for the day. Temperatures once again climbing right back up into the mid to upper 90s in some neighborhoods, seeing over 100 degrees today. Winds still out of the south-southeast, just like yesterday, around that 15 to 25 mile an hour mark, and we're still watching out for some flooding along the Frio River, but the main driver of our weather pattern here is this area of high pressure that has been sitting over the state of Texas and the desert Southwest. This area of high pressure is going to continue to move off towards the Pacific, specifically the desert Southwest, but at the same time we have a troughing pattern here, and we're going to see a front that's going to work its way into parts of central Texas by Sunday, and that could maybe increase a little bit of rain chances here, but I'm going to continue to watch that over the next couple days. Models are not too confident on a lot of rain out of this, but I'll keep you posted over the next couple days. But generally speaking, we're going to be dry over the next 7 days. Good morning, Coastal Bend. As you're heading out the door this morning and headed out on the roadways, just want to let you guys know we do have a bit of that stop and go traffic along Carroll Lane from SPID out towards Holly. We do have those southbound lanes closed, so just make sure to give yourself a little bit of extra time to get to your destination this morning. Also have a little bit of slowing traffic out along I-37 to Bayfront, so make sure to use that detour this morning and stay safe on the roads out there.
When flooding is in the forecast, typically the shelves are picked clean as people prepare. But here in Three Rivers, that hasn't been the case. Empty shelves, long lines, and last-minute supply runs are often common when severe weather is in the forecast. But in Three Rivers, many residents say they've seen rising water before, and they don't feel the need to panic. Some are checking on neighbors, while others say they're simply keeping an eye on the river and waiting to see what happens.
We're just kind of helping neighbors and friends as they may need help. We're extremely grateful for, all the help that we receive from out of state, other counties. They've been here for a while and very reassuring that they're here. But, for the most part, these people in Live Oak County are country people, When they see water rising, they move to higher ground.
Many here say their experience living by the river has given them confidence. They say neighbors look out for each other, and people know what to do if the water starts rising.
We've known about it for several weeks. It's taken the water a long time to come down, and these are old salts around here. They've been through it before. We know water is very dangerous. But we're taking care of our own.
While emergency officials continue to prepare for the possibility of flooding, many residents say seeing crews from across the state in Live Oak County has given them an extra sense of confidence. They say knowing resources are already in place has helped them feel prepared without feeling the need to panic.
We would just like to show our appreciation and support for all the people that have showed up to help us. We really appreciate it. It means that people care.
Locals say they'll keep watching the river, helping their neighbors, and if the water rises, they'll move to higher ground. Reporting in Three Rivers, I'm Reagan Garvin, Chris 6 News.
I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Jacob Daniels, and first responders are sending a warning after two teenagers got into some big trouble Tuesday night after they got caught in a dangerous rip current. It happened around 9 p.m. Tuesday night near Whitecap Beach. ESD2 and CCFD crews were dispatched after a report of two missing teenagers, a 16-year-old boy and girl, last seen about 40 minutes before crews arrived. Miraculously, law enforcement did eventually locate them alive and well, and a short time later, and ESD2 says in a survival situation like this, the teens had one thing on their side.
Fortunately for these individuals, they weren't alone, they had each other, so that's the biggest thing is whether it's family or friends, not swimming alone is the most important thing.
Cortez says it's better to know the rules than to be lucky, and shared other things swimmers should know before getting in the water.
And always checking the weather ahead of time before you plan, so you don't just get caught from coming from out of town and coming here and thinking that, oh, I gotta get in the water.
And if the current does pull you out, Cortez says don't fight it.
Don't fight the current, you're just gonna get tired sooner, and also swim with it diagonally. It's gonna take you, go in the direction and then towards shore.
The teens were rescued after dark, and the people who spend their time on this beach say that's what worries them the most.
I would never let the kids swim in the dark. I think that's obviously one of the riskiest things you can do, even as an adult.
Stanford says his family comes to this beach often, and he's seen how quickly things can change.
Mother Nature's an incredible beast. Rip currents are no joke. I think it's one of the most under-talked about things that you could come visit. If you don't know about it, it's something you should be aware of.
Other beachgoers say the warning signs are already there if you know to look for them and not brush them off.
Oh, a lot more, especially not being around. I think that's where people go wrong, is getting used to it around here and being from down here.
And for families along Whitecap Beach, it's a reminder they say they won't forget anytime soon. And for two teens, it's a life lesson that could have ended much worse. Like ESD2 said, it's not a good idea to swim at night. Always swim with a buddy and know what to do if the current drags you out into the Gulf. Reporting on the island, I'm Jacob Daniels, Chris 6 News.
Nueces County has a new tax assessor collector. Her name is Krista Champine, and she's no stranger to the county. She's a 13-year employee and is currently Nueces County Director of Property Tax and Voter Registration. Champine will fill out the term of Kevin Kieschnick, who announced earlier this month that he was stepping down after serving as Nueces County Tax Assessor Collector for 15 years. Kieschnick recommended Champine for the position, and her first day is September 1st. We have an update on a push to have a statue of Farrah Fawcett installed at the Bayfront. On Tuesday, City Council was supposed to consider a motion on an agreement with Friends of Farrah Fawcett for construction, donation, and acceptance of the statue. Now, that vote never happened. The motion was taken off Tuesday's agenda, but it will be on the August 25th agenda. Farrah Fawcett, who was born in Corpus Christi, rose to worldwide fame in the 70s for her role in the television series Charlie's Angels. Fawcett was a graduate of Ray High School. The group Friends of Farrah Fawcett is made up of some of her former classmates. She died on June 25th, 2009 after a battle with cancer. Recent weather concerns and flooding around the coastal bend have been prominent, and because of that, Ready Corpus Christi is reminding community members across the coastal bend to sign up for the regional reverse alert system. And folks, once you sign up, you'll receive alerts in the form of phone calls and messages that sound like this.
This is a message from the reverse alert system.
The phone calls you receive will include weather updates, flash flood warnings, heat advisories, and other happenings such as crime bulletins, evacuations, roadway closures, and industrial accidents. You can sign up by visiting reversealert.org. Austin police say a teen may have intentionally put officers in a situation where they believe they had to use deadly force. The police chief says, quote, "All points are indicating that this was a suicide by police," end quote. This is in reference to an officer-involved shooting involving 17-year-old Atheniel Williams II. On Friday, police claimed the teen called 911 on himself to report a person with a gun. Body camera videos show Williams pointing his hands at officers like a weapon. 3 officers fired their guns, and investigators later determined the teen was unarmed. The officers are on administrative leave while the investigation continues. About 1 in 4 U.S. adults have harmful levels of low-density lipoprotein, or LDL cholesterol. So in today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither talks to a cardiologist. Sorry, I thought I was ad-libbing already. Okay, let's do take 3. About 1 in 4 U.S. adults have harmful levels of low-density lipoprotein, or LDL cholesterol. So in today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither talks to a cardiologist about how a drug works and how it's different from traditional medications.
It's a once-daily pill, now approved as a treatment, along with diet and exercise for adults with high levels of LDL cholesterol.
This has been exciting for us to have an added tool in our toolbox in the way we care for our patients that need it most.
Dr. Lakshmi Mehta with the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center says in clinical trials, Lipfendra lowered LDL in study participants by an average of about 60%. But she says research is still underway to see if that, in turn, reduces risk of heart attacks and strokes, which can happen when high levels of LDL cholesterol build up on the walls of blood vessels.
The new medication kind of helps avoid degradation of the LDL receptors, which allows more LDL or bad cholesterol to be removed from the bloodstream.
Mehta says the new pill may be a good option for people who can't tolerate statins or those who are already on statins but can't get LDL levels low enough. The most common side effects were dizziness and diarrhea, and Mehta says patients should weigh the risks and benefits based on what's right for them.
This new pill, at least from we've preliminarily heard from Merck, will be a little over $10 a pill, so about $300+ a month. And they're anticipating it to be even lower direct out-of-pocket pay that patients would have to pay.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Watching Chris 6, a part of the Scripps News Group.
Some people talk about supporting veterans, others prove it. And now Purple Heart veterans are recognizing a business that's doing just that. Team Hardlife's Bait and Tackle has officially been named a Purple Heart entity by Military Order of the Purple Heart, Chapter 598. The designation recognizes businesses and groups making a difference in the lives of veterans, first responders, and their families. So for Team Hardlife, that includes hosting Free Fishing Friday every month, and veterans and first responder families can spend the day on the water with experienced guides using fishing gear and bait provided at no cost.
Team Hardlife supports a respectable amount of active duty and veteran population, including Purple Heart recipients who contribute to our communities in countless ways.
The Purple Heart Entity program is open to more than just businesses. Churches, schools, and community groups across the coastal bend that supports veterans may also qualify for the designation. To learn more or nominate a deserving organization, visit our website, christv.com.
Taking a look out on SPID right now, still got a little bit of haze in the sky. Some cars are starting to hop on the roadways and head out to work this morning or wherever you are headed this morning. But travel conditions not too shabby right now. We'll talk a little bit more about traffic conditions coming up, but over the next couple of hours here, temperatures will be rising right back up into the middle 90s throughout the day. So get ready for a lot more heat and humidity on your Thursday. We do have that moderate heat risk for most of the coastal bend, but we still have a couple spots out here that do have that level 3 major heat risk and even a level 4 extreme heat risk, but that's more out towards the watershed. But we're going to see that heat risk, specifically the major heat risk. Check what happens out, or check out what happens by Saturday, where most of the coastal bend, especially more of those inland communities, are going to be under that level 3 major heat risk. So it's going to be really hot out there. Make sure that you're applying sunscreen throughout the day. Put on some sunglasses if you're going to be outside for quite a bit. Hat would also do you well as well. Also, just drink plenty of water out there. These are the feels like temperatures throughout the afternoon, and yeah, it's going to be really toasty. It's going to feel quite uncomfortable for your body out there. We're just going to have that air you can wear today. It's going to be feeling quite muggy out there. 108 is that feels like temperature out over in Alice. And my goodness, that UV, again, it's been a copy paste the past few days here, but once again, we're back in the extreme category today, which is an 11 and a burn time of only 15 minutes. So if you're going to be heading out On the boat today, water temp 85 degrees, just a little bit of a sea breeze, but that's pretty common here. Light shop, I'd call that a pretty good beach day. Again, just make sure to bring that sunscreen with you if you're heading out on the waters or if you have that beach day planned. But over the next couple days, your temperatures will be rising into the weekend, and we're going to stay warm and toasty over the next couple days.
Chris 6, a part of the Scripps News Group.
Dr. Anthony Fauci is invoking his Fifth Amendment right. He refused to answer questions at a Senate hearing about the origins of COVID. Meanwhile, the Senate postponed its vote on the next Attorney General. NBC's Alice Barr has the details.
This morning, Capitol Hill is at the center of two controversies, with President Trump's pick for Attorney General Todd Blanche held up in a late-night move, delaying today's Senate Judiciary Committee vote on his nomination over concerns from two Republican senators, John Cornyn, who lost his primary to a Trump-backed challenger,
I'm not prepared to vote yes.
and Tom Tillis, who's retiring, both looking for written assurances from the Justice Department about a settlement between President Trump and the IRS over his leaked tax records. The senators want guarantees a controversial anti-weaponization fund under the settlement is gone for good, and to narrow protections from IRS audits for the president, his family, and companies.
It's codifying what I've been saying ad nauseum.
All of that after a fiery hearing Wednesday where Republican senators grilled Dr. Anthony Fauci over the government's handling of the COVID pandemic and the origins of the virus.
Publicly, Anthony Fauci promoted the theory that the virus arose naturally, while privately, he was well aware of a mountain of evidence suggesting the virus originated in the lab.
Republican Senator Rand Paul, a longtime Fauci critic, recently published more than 1,100 pages of his personal journal written on government-owned devices. Dr. Fauci pled the Fifth more than 100 times, accusing Paul of an unhinged obsession.
The sole reason he is calling me before this committee is to get me to say something, anything, that could vindicate his repeated public pledges that I end up, in his words, quote, behind bars.
Fauci has testified before Congress hundreds of times, but was subpoenaed Wednesday for what Democrats argued was a purely political exercise. Dr. Fauci now faces a potential contempt of Congress vote over his refusal to answer questions during that hearing. Senator Paul said his committee will vote next week on whether Fauci violated the law. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Watching Chris 6, a part of the Scripps News Group. Now, say hello to your neighbors. This is your Chris 6 News Sunrise Shoutouts.
Good morning, Chris Sunrise team. We are Church Unlimited Westside Missions. We hope that you have a great day today and go out and change lives.
Always the best part of the morning. We hope you have a wonderful day as well. Now, folks, if you want to send us your own shout out video, all you have to do is scan the QR code on your screen or head to our website, christv.com. The City of Kingsville Health Department Animal Control and Care Center is offering a trap, neuter, and return program for feral cats. Through the program, community cats are humanely trapped, sterilized, vaccinated against rabies, ear-tipped, then returned to their trapping location. You must have your own trap to participate. You can call 361-592-3324 for more information.
To your community. This is Chris 6 News in your neighborhood.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Chris 6 Sunrise. Thank you so much for starting your day with us. I'm Michelle Hoffman.
Hey there, South Texas and Coastal Bend meteorologist Chris Malve here. Here is today's forecast, forecasting a high temperature of 96 degrees today. Just a mix of clouds and sun for your Thursday out there. Going to be a bit on the breezy side of things. We'll have that south-southeast wind, about 15 to 25 miles an hour. So we're going to have a little bit more of that dry sea breeze today, but nonetheless, it is still going to be quite humid and uncomfortable out there. But taking a wider scope at the big weather picture here in really just all of Texas, we still have that area of high pressure that is just looming thousands of feet above our heads, and that is keeping things on the dry side of things for us here in the Coastal Bend. So walking you through the next couple of hours here as you get your day started, just some of those clouds rolling on in, not seeing a whole lot of showers on the radar. So a pretty quiet day for us here in the Coastal Bend, but certainly another warm one for us there. And we're gonna see that over the next couple of days. Hey there, Coastal Bend. Here are your traffic updates for your Thursday morning. Out along I-37 to Bayfront, still going to need to take that detour to Morgan Avenue. That's around 6 a.m. this morning. And also along Yorktown Boulevard and Mud Bridge, going to be extended to Rancho Vista Boulevard. And that began yesterday, but that's still currently ongoing. So again, if you're going to be on the road this morning, and if you're near these areas, just give yourself a couple extra minutes on the roadways, and of course make sure to obey all the speed limits, that sort of thing. Just drive safe and get to your destination all safe, and have a great rest of your Thursday.
What do you imagine Kingsville will look like in the next 10 years? What about 20? Well, city leaders are asking for your help mapping it out. I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Jordan Benavidez, and I'm outside of City Hall, where you can make your voice heard.
The city of Kingsville is creating a new 20-year growth plan, and officials are asking for your ideas to help shape it. The new comprehensive plan is funded by a $300,000 grant from the Texas General Land Office. From downtown development and housing to parks, infrastructure, and transportation, the city plans to invest in all aspects of your daily life and the quality of Kingsville's future.
It's a way of driving investment for the municipality. It's a way for the community to provide input on what they want to see in Kingsville, how they want our town to develop over the next 10, 20 years.
Right now, city officials want to hear from you. They're holding meetings to make sure that you have an opportunity to make your voice heard for years to come.
Hopefully this can bring something more solidified to kind of bring more tradition to the town and, you know, make it more attractive for other people to come visit us, stay, spend their money here, eat at our restaurants, stay at our hotels, shop our local businesses.
You can find more information online as well as a survey that allows you to provide input on the city and how you think it can improve. Students and visitors are also encouraged to participate. The survey takes about 10 to 15 minutes to complete, and you can find it by scanning the QR code on your screen.
Now's the time to speak up, speak loud, and make your voice heard. Reporting from Kingsville, I'm Jordan Benavidez, Chris 6 News.
The United States ramping up strikes against Iran overnight as hostilities in the Middle East reignite. I'm Ashley Glass with the headlines we're covering here at Scripps News. Explosions were reported in several locations in southern Iran Thursday morning, according to Iranian state media. Much of it focused on a port city near the Strait of Hormuz. Another state-run news outlet reports that islands near the strait were also hit. U.S. officials say the strikes are in response to Iran's attempted attack on U.S. forces in the region Tuesday night. Meantime, at least 7 people were killed by Russian strikes in Ukraine. The state emergency service says numerous people were also hurt. Video shows rescuers digging through rubble looking for victims. Authorities believe more people could be trapped. The strikes come as the U.S. Senate recently passed a major Russian sanctions bill. Stocks futures are pointing to a rebound for the stock market after a huge drop on Wednesday marked the worst day for the Dow since April of last year, with the index losing more than 1,000 points. Big drop comes as the Fed decided to hold key interest rates steady, but 3 of the group's members dissented. That spooked investors, sent the market sinking. Why? Because the Fed will likely have to raise interest rates in the near future to fight inflation.
20 minutes of nonstop news, sponsored by Ewald Kubota.
A new emergency room with a new name. I'm Jada Jenkins with what's coming to the northwest side of Corpus Christi.
As the Nueces River continues to rise, residents of Three Rivers are making preparations. Coming up, I'll have what they're doing to prepare.
Hey everyone, I'm Laura Saliska at Carroll High School, where the Tigers have an arsenal of receivers. Meet one senior who will beat you at the jump ball, and that's why he's in our Chris Super 6 showcase in sports.
Alrighty, Coastal Bend, it's time to check in on our ongoing flooding situation out in the watershed. Still have some of those flood warnings in effect for some parts of the watershed. This does include cities like George West as well as Three Rivers. So let's check on the flood forecast. This is what we're expecting over the next 5 days. Notice here, so this area in pink, this is basically the flooding that we are expecting over the next couple of days here. Now notice this is pretty much following the Nueces River, and it's kind of showing where some of the overflow might occur. So that was over by Three Rivers. A lot of this flooding we're expecting between I-37 and US 281 between Ike and Oakville. We're going to see a lot of those water levels continue to rise over the next 5 days or so here. Moving on further south out towards George West, a lot bit more on the eastern side of the area, but if you do live anywhere on the northeast side of George West, get ready for some of those waters to really ramp up over the next couple of days here. So hopefully you've made those preparations ahead of time. But right now, the Nueces River still in that action stage in Cotulla, but it's just been kind of on the downside of things. Tilden has continued to fall. It's still in that major stage, but is still going to be forecasted to decrease over the next couple of days. But the big story is Nueces River near Three Rivers has been noticeably on the rise now, nearly at 30 feet. It's still in that moderate stage right now, but it is expected to crest to major stage by either later today or even into Friday, just sometime around the early first half of this weekend. We'll continue to see those levels rise over the next few days. Speaking of levels and reservoir capacity, we have made some fantastic progress. Combined reservoirs up to 27.1%. Choke Canyon and now Lake Corpus Christi both seeing a nice little increase in water capacity.
When flooding is in the forecast, typically the shelves are picked clean as people prepare. But here in Three Rivers, that hasn't been the case. Empty shelves, long lines, and last-minute supply runs are often common when severe weather is in the forecast. But in Three Rivers, many residents say they've seen rising water before, and they don't feel the need to panic. Some are checking on neighbors, while others say they're simply keeping an eye on the river and waiting to see what happens.
We're just kind of helping neighbors and friends as they may need help. We're extremely grateful for, all the help that we receive from out of state, other counties. They've been here for a while and very reassuring that they're here. But, for the most part, these people in Live Oak County are country people, When they see water rising, they move to higher ground.
Many here say their experience living by the river has given them confidence. They say neighbors look out for each other, and people know what to do if the water starts rising.
We've known about it for several weeks. It's taken the water a long time to come down, and these are old salts around here. They've been through it before. We know water is very dangerous. But we're taking care of our own.
While emergency officials continue to prepare for the possibility of flooding, many residents say seeing crews from across the state in Live Oak County has given them an extra sense of confidence. They say knowing resources are already in place has helped them feel prepared without feeling the need to panic.
We would just like to show our appreciation and support for all the people that have showed up to help us. We really appreciate it. It means that people care.
Locals say they'll keep watching the river, helping their neighbors, and if the water rises, they'll move to higher ground. Reporting in Three Rivers, I'm Reagan Garvin, Chris 6 News.
Residents in Live Oak County are preparing for a major flood stage with recent inflow of water into the reservoirs. The Live Oak County Office of Emergency Management recommends George West Junior High if you're in need of shelter. It will be open for 24 hours. Now, folks, you must check in with personnel upon arrival, and residents should bring a form of ID and personal items like medicines and phone chargers. Pets are allowed but will be held in a separate climate-controlled area, and if possible, bring your own pet food, leashes, kennels, and anything else your pet may need.
I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Jacob Daniels, and first responders are sending a warning after two teenagers got into some big trouble Tuesday night after they got caught in a dangerous rip current. It happened around 9 p.m. Tuesday night near Whitecap Beach. ESD2 and CCFD crews were dispatched after a report of two missing teenagers, a 16-year-old boy and girl, last seen about 40 minutes before crews arrived. Miraculously, law enforcement did eventually locate them alive and well, and a short time later, and ESD2 says in a survival situation like this, the teens had one thing on their side.
Fortunately for these individuals, they weren't alone, they had each other, so that's the biggest thing is whether it's family or friends, not swimming alone is the most important thing.
Cortez says it's better to know the rules than to be lucky and shared other things swimmers should know before getting in the water.
And always checking the weather ahead of time before you plan, so you don't just get caught from coming from out of town and coming here and thinking that, oh, I gotta get in the water.
And if the current does pull you out, Cortez says don't fight it.
Don't fight the current, you're just gonna get tired sooner, and also swim with it diagonally. It's gonna take you. Go in the direction and then towards shore.
The teens were rescued after dark, and the people who spend their time on this beach say that's what worries them the most.
I would never let the kids swim in the dark. I think that's obviously one of the riskiest things you can do, even as an adult.
Stanford says his family comes to this beach often, and he's seen how quickly things can change.
Mother Nature's an incredible beast. Rip currents are no joke. I think it's one of the most under-talked about things that you could come visit. If you don't know about it, it's something you should be aware of.
Other beachgoers say the warning signs are already there if you know to look for them and not brush them off.
Oh, a lot more, especially not being around. I think that's where people go wrong, is getting used to it around here and being from down here.
And for families along Whitecap Beach, it's a reminder they say they won't forget anytime soon. And for two teens, it's a life lesson that could have ended much worse. Like ESD2 said, it's not a good idea to swim at night. Always swim with a buddy and know what to do if the current drags you out into the Gulf. Reporting on the island, I'm Jacob Daniels, Chris 6 News.
As the northwest side of Corpus Christi continues to grow, so does the need for emergency care. I'm Jada Jenkins in Calallen, where leaders broke ground on a new emergency room they say will better support this community.
For a while now, we've told you about how the northwest side of Corpus Christi is booming. Now, that growth is driving another big change. A brand new emergency room designed to bring critical care closer to home.
This is a big deal for the Northwest.
City Councilman at large Mark Scott says it's not just about a new building. He says in a rural area, it's about cutting down the time it takes to get help when every minute matters.
Can you imagine something happens to one of your loved ones and you've got to drive 25 minutes to the nearest facility?
The new ER will be called ER 24/7 Calallen and will replace the current emergency department on the Northwest campus. With more space for patients, a full lab, advanced imaging, and even a helicopter pad. Hospital leaders say that helipad will help transfer patients with serious trauma, including burn victims or those who need a higher level of care, to other hospitals in the system. And CEO David Irizarry says construction will move quickly.
We will be seeing patients around the July-August timeframe next year.
Folks in Robstown, Orange Grove, Agua Dulce, all of those areas are going to come to this facility.
After speaking with the community, everyone has been excited for these new developments to better serve the community. In Calallen, I'm Jada Jenkins for Chris 6 News.
More shoppers are using AI to help make purchasing decisions, even if that means spending a little more. But there's still plenty of skepticism around AI shopping assistants, and most consumers aren't ready to hand over full control just yet. From Amazon's Rufus to Walmart's Sparky, AI shopping assistants are hard to avoid. But when it comes to your money, do you trust the AI recommendations? Commerce intelligence company Product AI found 43% of online shoppers now use AI to help them shop, but 86% still verify those recommendations somewhere else before buying.
They are very satisfied with AI, but the full trust into using that information to go straight and close the purchase is not there yet.
Product AI's Elena Madrigal says the more expensive the purchase, the more research people tend to do. She says shoppers also double-check products that could affect their health or safety.
Buying the wrong skincare product could create a rash, or even buying the wrong running shoes can lead to an injury.
Oliver Wright with the consulting firm Accenture says AI shopping tools are likely to keep growing as people look for faster, more personalized recommendations.
If you and I put the same request in, it would obviously come up with a different set of recommendations, but it would be speaking in a way that would most relate to me. And that is very, very captivating for consumers.
But it's important to know AI isn't always looking for the cheapest option.
In some cases, it will recommend a product that might be more expensive, but actually it thinks ultimately is better value or a better fit for you.
Accenture found 71% of consumers expect generative AI to influence at least half of their spending decisions over the next year. Experts say AI shopping assistants can save consumers time by scanning reviews, ratings, inventory, and personal preferences. But they also say AI should be a starting point, not the final word, and shoppers should still verify pricing and product details before buying. Stephanie Liebergen, Scripps News Group.
Now, Chris 6's Super 6 Showcase, sponsored by Ramco Mechanical Air Conditioning and Heating.
Hey everyone, I'm Larissa Liska at Carroll High School, where the Tigers have an arsenal of wide receivers. Meet senior Stephen McChester, 6'2", 180 pounds. He'll not only battle you one-on-one, but he'll beat you at the jump ball. That's why he's been named to our Chris Super 6 Showcase.
Oh, he definitely can play in college. It's just a matter of getting the opportunity. They see some of the highlights that we have, they're going to be drawn to him because his upside is through the roof.
Last fall, McChester caught 24 passes for 412 yards and 7 touchdowns through 11 games. His specialty is breaking downfield.
I would say catching those deep balls. I feel like just going up and get it is it's kind of like a recess ball to me, so I just go up and get it, and I like hearing the crowd pop.
In the offseason, McChester packed on some muscle, gaining over 10 pounds in the weight room. His bench press is at 225, and that power carries over to the field.
Definitely getting off the line pretty stronger, not being able to get bullied around,
McChester first put on the pads when he was 7 years old, playing with the Flower Bluff Youth Football League. Over time, his passion for sports transitioned to basketball. But when he moved to Carolyn High School, head coach Cal Netherland convinced him to play.
I was never going to play football my high school years. I'm not going to lie, I was never going to play, but God blessed me with the ability to, and I'm here now.
McChester dedicates hours on the field and in the classroom. He has a 3.5 GPA. It's his mentor mindset that's really shown growth.
Now he's starting to be vocal, in 7-on-7, and when we're out there, he's a calming influence out there, and he's really kind of grown into a leadership.
Carroll's receiver core is stacked, so McChester has had to earn the respect and confidence from Tigers quarterback Seth Netherland.
My first big play on varsity was against Bernie in the playoffs. Threw it to him. So, I don't know, just have a great relationship with all of them.
This season, Carroll football is hoping to live up to the hype. On paper, they've got a solid roster. Last fall, they lost 2 of their games by only 1 touchdown before struggling against their top 2 district opponents and then making it to the first round of playoffs to end the year with a 6-5 record.
We've won, but we really haven't won like we wanted to. But we all have something to prove, and we've all been good friends for over the years.
The Chris Super 6 Showcase features McChester alongside Flower Bluff's Ransom Watson, King's Damon Smith, Orange Grove's Daniel Martinez, and Three Rivers' Ethan Kahn. Watch the showcase on August 20th at 6:30 p.m. on Chris 6.
The Carroll Tigers kick off their season on Thursday, August 27th at 7:05 p.m. at Buccaneer Stadium in the Battle of the Bridge against Gregory Portland. If you can't be there, make sure to watch it on Chris 6 for Game Night South Texas. I'm Larissa Liska, Chris 6 Sports.
Are you ready for some football? Well, we're officially just 1 week away from the start of the NFL preseason. It all kicks off on Thursday, August 6th in Canton, Ohio for the annual Hall of Fame game. This year, the Arizona Cardinals take on the Carolina Panthers. Kickoff for this game is at 7. The Dallas Cowboys' biggest division rival is back on the field. The Philadelphia Eagles reported to training camp this week. The team suits up for its first practice Wednesday morning, and the offense will look very different this season. The team traded receiver A.J. Brown to the New England Patriots. Longtime offensive line coach Jeff Stoutland also stepped down, and Sean Mannion is taking over as a new offensive coordinator. Ole Miss is suing two of its former football players. Princewell Umanmielen and Devin Harper recently transferred to LSU. They followed their former head coach Lane Kiffin to Baton Rouge. Now the university says the players failed to pay buyouts required in their revenue-sharing deals. Ole Miss wants $550,000 from Umanmielen, and the school is asking for $400,000 from Harper. Experts say this case could change how athlete contracts are enforced in the future. Here are the 6 things you need to know before you go. A new poll shows a surprising lead in the Texas U.S. Senate race. Democrat James Tallarico leads Republican Ken Paxton by 5 points. The survey shows Tallarico is gaining support from independent voters. Early voting for the election begins on October 19th. Knowing the facts about rip currents can save your life. They do not pull you underwater. Instead, they drag you away from the beach. They can move at 5 miles per hour, and they often look like calm water. They're most dangerous during low tide and near piers. And Nueces County has a new tax assessor collector. Leaders appointed Krista Champine to replace Kevin Kieschnick. She has worked for the county for 13 years, and Champine takes over the office on September 1st. She plans to run for the seat when the term ends. And questions remain after a large police presence shut down a Corpus Christi neighborhood. Officers swarmed a home on Greenleaf Drive Wednesday night. An ATF agent also joined the active investigation. Authorities say they were waiting for a warrant. Police say there is no danger to the public. Your water and wastewater bills are going up. The new prices will start in January 2027. The base water rate will jump to $19.11. The wastewater rate will increase to nearly $40. The city will still use your winter average to calculate that cost. Hidden credit card fees are costing you big money. Companies charge stores a processing fee for every swipe. Businesses often pass those costs on to you as well, and the average household paid $1,200 in extra fees last year. Lawmakers are now pushing for a bill to cap those costs, and those are the 6 things you need to know.
Hey there, Coastal Bend. If you're walking the pups today, here is Oreo Bozar from Jim Wells County. And of course, thanks to our friends at Line of Utah Animal Services. Forecast looking pretty good, especially in those morning hours. That is probably the most ideal time to walk your furry friend. We're going to be warming up right back into the middle 90s by the afternoon time. So if it's hot for you, remember it's going to be even hotter on the concrete for your pups. But over the next couple days, temperatures on the rise through the weekend, and we're going to be staying mostly rain-free over the next 7 days.